All right, so we go from the good to the bad. That brings us to something we brought back from last year. I'm salty. We talk about some of the biggest disappointments of the week. And Florio, maybe one of the biggest fantasy disappointments was literally a stone's throw from where our brand new shiny offices are in Inglewood. We were thinking there were going to be all kinds of points in that Cowboys-Chargers game, and that just wasn't the case on Sunday. That was a huge disappointment.
Yeah, it was awesome working right next to SoFi. Whenever there would be points scored, because there was a lot of Cowboys fans there too, we would hear, fireworks and screaming and everything, but we should have heard it a lot more than we did. Dak Prescott finished this game with single-digit fantasy points. Amari Cooper was a huge letdown, but what really aggravated me was the Chargers side of the ball. Like, Austin Eckler had himself a day. Keenan Allen put up numbers. Mike Williams' day came through in a big way, but it could have been a lot more. Mike Williams had a 30-plus yard catch called back due to penalty. Justin Herbert had like a 40 or 50-yard touchdown taken off the board due to penalty. Then he had another touchdown pass to Jared Cook taken off the board. There was 3 touchdowns they had called back, Marcus. They had so many big plays just taken away, and a lot of people were blaming the refs, and I get it. The refs got way too whistle happy in this game, and they were just, it was frustrating. But the Chargers and their coaching staff and their players need to be held accountable. I joked on Twitter that, if I was the owner of the Chargers, I'd even have the coaches running laps after this game. They left so much points on the field. It's going to cost people fantasy weeks, myself potentially being one of them.
Yeah, it just was not. I really thought we were going to be talking about a ton of scoring back and forth, that everybody was going to be involved. I had really pushed hard on the idea of Jared Cook as a sleeper. I thought he was going to have a touchdown, and that one got called back.
My eyes saw him have one, Marcus, so I think you could celebrate that.
All right, sweet. I will take it. I'll take that W right there. But yeah, it just never panned out the way that we thought it was going to. By the way, shout out to Trayvon Diggs, who's a guy that you need to pay attention to. Like, if he is covering one of your fantasy wide receivers, you might want to think twice about it, because so far he's done a good job of locking down on people. He shut down Mike Evans, and when he was on Keenan Allen, really made it tough on Keenan to make some plays there. I'm salty about Alvin Kamara. I mean, this is a guy that I was really big on as the number 3 running back. I know it's just one game, but it was a bad game, and in one that we all thought the Saints were going to step up. They looked great against the Packers in week 1, so we figured, well, why not? They'll keep it going against the Panthers. I mean, that defense isn't nearly as good. Instead, you get 7 whole fantasy points from Alvin Kamara. 4 of them came on catches. He had 4 catches for 25 yards, 8 carries for 5 yards. The Saints just looked discombobulated all the way around, could never get anything going offensively. And so chances are, if you have Alvin Kamara, you are really probably fighting for a win this week, or you may not have gotten one, because the guy that you were expecting to get you big numbers got you next to nothing. Obviously, you're not sitting Alvin Kamara, and next week they've got New England. Hopefully they're more productive, but I'm kind of salty about the way things went down with Kamara and the Saints offense in week 2.